As many of you would be aware, India is one of the oldest civilizations of the world, having been in existence for more than 10,000 years. There is always an element of mystique associated with India and its culture, which has both perplexed and bemused the world over the years. These range from some of India's age-old sages to its traditional medicinal form of Ayurveda and the science of yoga. Some of these had been initially scoffed at by the scientific community, only to be subsequently accepted as being effective. Today, let's look at some unexplained phenomenon from India, for which science is yet to come up with a satisfactory, rational explanation. Located in the wilderness of the Himalayan mountains is a nondescript place called Konka La Pass in Ladakh. This place actually is effectively a no man's land because of it being disputed territory between India and China. As neither want this to be a flashpoint, both countries watch it pretty closely without actually occupying it. Well, some others seem to be using this Cold War to their own advantage. The only issue of concern is that they don't seem to be from this planet. Yes, many people have reported sighting flying saucers around this area. Rumor has it that some aliens have built an underground base in this area. Many travelers and people residing in nearby areas have claimed having seen UFOs rising from the ground and descending into it. It is also reported that both Indian and Chinese governments are well aware of this rather disconcerting development. Another small town in India which has gained fame due to a strange phenomena happening there is Jatinga, a small town of around 3,000 people in Assam. This town has for around 100 years become a Bermuda's Triangle for birds, where they come to commit suicide. At the end of monsoon months, especially on moonless and foggy nights between 6 and 9:30 p.m., birds suddenly become disoriented and willingly plunge towards torches and light. This phenomenon is not restricted to any one species, and they all do the same thing. A number of theories have been proposed to explain why they do this, one suggesting that high altitude, high winds, and fog causes the birds to become disoriented and get attracted to the light. Another theory is that the weather causes changes in the magnetic fields in the underground water that leads to this rather strange behavior. Kuldhara is a 500-year-old village situated in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Some 200 years ago, one dark night, the entire population of 1,500 people residing in this village vanished without a trace. The perplexing questions as to why they left en masse and where they went remained unanswered. One of the theories going around is that they were an oppressed lot, as the Diwan who ruled over the village committed several atrocities on them. So, to escape his torture, they vanished. Legend has it that before leaving town, they cursed the village, making it uninhabitable for humans. In modern times, not many people believe in that kind of legend, but the reality is that since then, whoever has tried to live in this village has met with a very brutal end. The village is believed to be haunted, and paranormal investigators have reported strange events happening in this cursed village. The reality is that the village remains a ruin to this date. Kodini is a remote village in the state of Kerala, which is witnessing a rather unique phenomenon. Ladies living there are delivering twins, literally by the cartloads. In a small village comprising around 2,000 families, it is reported to have around 350 pairs of twins. Its population of twins continues to grow with every passing year. What makes this remarkable is the fact that in the rest of India, the incidence of twin children is quite rare, at around 4 twins per 1,000 births, which is less than 1%. In Kodini, that figure zooms up to around 45%. To date, there is no rational explanation for this exceedingly high percentage of twin births in Kodini. So all you folks out there who aspire for twin children, all you need to do is take a flight to Kerala and reside in this small village. On 18th December 2012, a sudden and loud boom was heard by the people of Jodhpur and Rajasthan. It was a deafening sound similar to a massive explosion, which startled all residents. Once it was confirmed that there were no major explosions around, people speculated as to what caused this boom, with some suggesting that perhaps an airplane broke the speed of sound. However, it was established that there were no planes that flew at that kind of speed in that area. In fact, several unexplained booms happened across the world in the month of December 2012, including in the UK and the US. As a matter of fact, the timing was also quite interesting, as there was talk about the end of the world happening in 2012 in those days. Scientists have not been able to come up with any explanation as to what these booms were, and whether they were connected to each other. Prahlad Jani seems to have mastered what has been considered one of the basic needs of life. Born in August 1929, Jani is a saint who claims to have lived without any food or water since 1940, which is around 77 years. Legend has it that at the age of 11, Jani had a religious experience and has been a follower of a Hindu goddess, Amba, ever since. Jani claims that the goddess provides him with liquid sustenance, allowing him to live without food or water. 2 observational studies were conducted on Jani in 2003 and 2010, where he was placed under closed CCTV scrutiny, and he went a fortnight without having anything, and he did not pass any urine or stool. All his medical parameters were reported to be normal after these tests. Of course, there are skeptics and rationalists who feel that Jani's claims are an elaborate hoax. However, if his claims are genuine and could be replicated, it can solve some of mankind's problems. In 1991, Om Bana was traveling from the town of Bangdi in Rajasthan to Chotila when he lost control of his motorcycle and struck a tree. He was killed instantly. His motorcycle fell into a nearby ditch. The morning after the accident, local police took the motorcycle to the police station. The next day, it was reported to have disappeared from the police station and was found back at the site of the accident. Police once again took the motorcycle, this time emptying its fuel tank and putting it under lock and chain to prevent its removal. Despite their efforts, the next morning, it again disappeared and managed to get back to the accident site. Legend states that the motorcycle kept returning to the same ditch. It thwarted every attempt by police to keep it at the police station and always returned to the same spot before dawn. This was considered a miracle by local population, and they built a temple and began to worship the Bullet bike. Well, Bullet happens to be the motorcycle's brand name. I hope you found the video interesting and would request you to press the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. You can see the image of a bell below. Please click on it to receive notifications of my future videos. I will see you soon, and thanks for watching.